All right. Welcome back for some new Warcraft Rumble content. Gonna take a look at my clearing of normal Moonglade. Won't say it was much of a challenge, but I can assure you, after dabbling with some of the heroic, heroic does offer a challenge. So we'll start here with Brumeran. Brumeran, I can never say his name right. Chimera soars above and goes around the back area. He also spawns some eggs. The eggs will spawn more Chimera that need to be dealt with. There's one of the eggs right there, and Brumeran right above it. You got one turret that you start at. He'll patrol the ridge on the top north of the map. The eggs will spawn Chimera. And this zone starts at level 16, so pretty accessible to most players. I'm going with a Blackrock leader build using good old Dracasath Death Ball. I definitely could have defended better on the right, but as you'll see, that won't matter a whole lot here. Gonna take out the Ranger there. And now we're moving in on Brumeran himself. Got 2 range there, and my healer about to join in on the Death Ball. Meanwhile, Dracasath just kind of tanks all the damage. The goal there will not to be spawning too many of the Chimera. You don't want to get too many of those Chimera chasing you around. You really want to focus on blowing him up as soon as you can. And controlling that middle meeting stone. Starblaze and Omaron. This is a twinsy, kind of like double header sort of battle. One is ranged, one is a tank. The one on the right turns into a bear at 50% health. The one on the left turns into a crow at 50% health. Very, very cool little duos of druids. I love the representation here. And my strategy for this, and as you'll see later on the heroic run, was to take over both towers. That way you can control the map and then pick them off as you go. I will say on normal, I don't think it's going to matter too much which one you go for first. They don't share health, so you can't pick one off first. I opted to take out the Starblaze in the middle and took out the left guy last. Another little Death Ball moving up here. That's right, on Heroic I took out the other tower. On this normal I didn't need to. I think if you have to choose left tower, I like the positioning it gave me on both of them. The right tower really only gives you an opening on the guy in the middle. On Heroic, the mechanics are a lot more interesting. Mr. Starblaze or whoever the Omaron, the bear will bounce you away with his attacks, so you really need to use a lot of range to take him out. Now we got Brightwing for the third boss. This one's pretty cool. It has resist on it. Excuse me, a resist bubble, and the only way to remove it is to capture all 3 of the meeting stones and have control of them. If you don't have control of them, then it'll have the resist circle on it, and it's pretty good. I think you could use a, what's it called, Unbound strat on my Ev here would work really well. I used my Death Ball again. I tried to take the left first with my pilot, and then I used my miner in the middle, and I got my Death Ball Drac going up right, but he didn't quite capture in time. But I'll control middle and left. As you see, he's not really taking damage yet because I'm not controlling all 3. Looks like a little damage got through. Alright, now I own all 3, and you'll see the shield's gone. So my flame bear there, flamethrower throwing big fireballs. Got my voodoo in range. Something I noticed on Heroic, you won't see it here. the range as it ports around, it kind of bugs out. It could be halfway across the map, and the beam will still hit on Brightwing. It's pretty great. All right, this one is, I think, the hardest of the group scenarios. He's definitely a lot harder on Heroic, but it offers a real challenge because he keeps healing all of his allies if they are in range. In Heroic, it will be not just in range, it'll be the whole map. They all get a persistent heal. And dealing with that persistent heal, especially on chunky, like this is level 16s, it's the higher level ones that it's going to be a bigger issue. And he cleaves melee, which are the ones that are going to really get in range of him. So I went for taking out the top tower, or rather the top meeting stone on the right first. I wanted to control that, and then I'm using my Dracosath Death Ball to go up middle here, the middle ramp, because I want to take care of the Ranger. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna... Oh, I did get the node. That's right. I went this way. I went left first. I will say I don't think that's the optimal way to go. I think your better bet is to control the meeting stone and then take middle and go for the flame belching, the flame tower last on the left. But I kind of did this backwards. I took that first and then the meeting stone. And I don't even think for normal, nope, I don't need to take the middle at all. The middle is what's going to be really problematic on Heroic, so I advise you to not underestimate it and definitely push your way up it early. Unbound will work better here. I pushed through with Dracosath. I don't think that was the right play. All right, and last here we got Isera, the Dreamer, and it's a wave-based encounter. You don't actually fight Isera, which is nice. You just need to survive. On normal, it's pretty easy. Pretty much anything you send out will deal with it. Heroic, it's the same thing, just with much, much chunkier opponents, let's say. Death Ball works great here. What you're going to need to be careful of is on the Heroic version, you're going to be dealing with flyers, a lot of chimeras, so you need to have plenty of range that can actually survive long enough to kill them. I do think using Polymorph here would be really useful. You're also going to get those bog monsters as well. They're pretty easy to deal with, especially with elemental damage. But you will also get, not a lot, you'll get more Chimera, but you're going to get some of the flame elementals, because it's like a nightmare, so he actually uses flame elementals against you. And Dracosath and elemental damage is not as good against that. So just be ready. Having maybe the Harpies with poison would be really useful. You also get some of those big treants. They're pretty easy to take down with elemental damage. But basically just keep going around the circle. I do think maintaining economy here, especially on Heroic, is really necessary. You don't want them picking up any of that extra economy, and it'll help fuel you for keeping your death balls or your minions running on out and taking control of the field. It seems it's not when you kill anything, but it does seem certain minis, when you kill them, are worth more. As you see, we just got a chunk down on Isera's health. Killing the Raptor didn't really take away much, but taking out the bog monsters, Chimera, the big treants, that is what really chips away the damage here. Yep, as you see, when those minions die, it takes out quite a bit. Again, this is level 16. I think this one's 17, so the last one is always a level higher. It is, if you've been playing the game since the beginning, I'd say this is going to be attainable for most players, and it's not overly challenging. But the Heroic is pretty fun. I have only really had some issues with the second to last scenarios in the last fights. The first three, I do think you can come in with a lot of different strategies, whereas the last two, I think you need to come in with very specific builds. I think Unbound are really strong for the Cenarius fight, and I think you're going to get a lot of value out of Harpies and tanky range, survivable range for this fight, Isera. But almost done here. One more kill. What a nightmare. And there she goes. And that is all we got. I realized I had this queued as a video. Oops, there's the end credits. You'll get it again. Thank you for watching. I'm going to have heroic guides for every family coming out, working through Blackrock first, and keep an eye out for more. If you like what you saw, drop a like. Comments always help, and subscribe if you want to see more of this, or WoW content, or other random crap that I happen to show. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Okay, peace, bye.